What's up, everybody, and welcome to the show. This podcast episode is brought to you by IBOW Training. As you know, we talk about training pretty frequently here on the show, and the IBOW has some amazing people that they work with in their network. Are you a designer, rapper, sign maker, or beyond? If you want to invest in your creativity for the future, IBOW Training is the right choice. IBOW is the nation's first training organization to offer training in all aspects of the rap industry, from quoting, design, printing, production, and installation. They offer a variety of training options such as training at your shop, group training classes nationwide, and even private design and print profile training through remote login. With trainers nationwide, IBOW offers support day and night by phone, and many of their trainers are within a day's reach for emergencies. IBOW is growing and will continue to support the industry in a positive manner. For more information, please visit ibowtraining.com. We are also brought to you by We Print Wraps. We Print Wraps is the industry's #1 source for wholesale printed wraps. How easy is it to order wraps? Well, all you have to do is sell the job. Go to weprinwraps.com, choose your desired film for the installation, upload your design, and if you're not a designer, no problem. They can design one for you and get your wraps delivered right to your door. They offer free nationwide shipping all across the U.S. and Canada on all orders over $500. And for exclusive listeners of the All Wrapped Up podcast, you can get 5% promo code when you type in the word All Wrapped Up at checkout to save on your next order today. Less risk, no overhead, wholesale printing. See why the industry pros love them. To get more information, visit weprinwraps.com. My guest today has come all the way from Hungary to the U.S. to create a better opportunity to work in the rap industry. He's won over 10 rap competitions and always strives to do better. Please give it up for the great and powerful Istvan Hargittai. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to All Wrapped Up podcast. We'll be interviewing industry-leading rap companies to share tips, tricks, stories, and more. Steve, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Jeff. Nice to hear you.
And a pleasure meeting you finally. I wanted to say thank you for sending those samples of your carbon fiber a few weeks back.
My pleasure.
They look amazing. You print those on your, was it an HP, I think?
Yeah, we print. It depends on the deepness and the color what I want to achieve. I use, because we have Roland.
Yeah.
Eco Solvent, and we have HP latex, the 365. So most of the time I print it on the latex. That's the more realistic color what I get, but somebody wants a more like a little bit like reddish tone, then we print it with the Roland.
With the Roland?
With Roland with Roland really hard to print black and white colors. It's really hard.
Yeah, the blacks aren't as rich as those HP blacks are. Yeah. We always get a little hue of green. I don't know why they never, dialed that in good enough, I
don't know, but it's from the beginning. It's since I don't know. I use Roland 10 years now.
Wow.
And it's always was an issue, but that's a workhorse. Roland is always a workhorse. I always trusted it. I can let it go, and I didn't have just stand next to it and watch it. It was always for me is a trustable machine. So I always kept the Roland no matter what.
And which version of the Roland is it?
Actually, I have the 54 inch. What is that? I have to work there. I always the VS 540i. The print and cut. Yeah, print and cut.
Yep, all in one.
Yeah, for me, print and cut is really good because we don't have too much space. So if we have to cut something, I cut it with this machine. And when I do little label, print and cut labels, that's the easiest way to go.
Right. Do you have a separate cutter as well for the HP if you run that?
No. I don't have cutter because I try to save space in the printing area.
Mm-hmm.
So for HP, I use just for flat pin printing, wall wraps. We do lots of signage We have a big nationwide customer. We do nationwide printing, 10,000 of square foot every week.
Wow.
So that's another workhorse. It's amazing machine too. I heard bad news is, but we use that machine for a year and a half now, and we changed one head since, and I print like I don't know how many liter tint through the heads,
Right.
and still no issue.
Really? Isn't the HPs like every few times when you go through so many liters of ink, you have to replace the head?
You should.
You should.
You should. You should.
They recommend that, but
yeah, they recommend because they want to sell the head. But if you don't have issue, you don't have to. I mean, there is no warranty on the head.
Right.
After I think 1,000 milliliter, or I don't know how they do that, but a certain milliliter, after a certain milliliter, they don't have warranty on it.
Wow.
But if it works perfectly, why would you change it?
Yeah, why not?
Makes sense.
I mean,
yes.
they're what? They're under $200 a head, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's $140 or $50 a head, original HP head. But look, if you don't have to change it, why would you change it?
Save the money.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'm not against my pocket.
Right, exactly. I mean, when do you usually see, where? Do you kind of see the ink not laying down, or splattering a little bit? Is that the problem with the heads when you want to replace them?
Yeah, that could be a problem, but we never had this issue. We had issue actually because we are running the HP through the Wi-Fi. So, and the Mac one I use for printing, sometimes I'm, working on the same, Apple Mac.
Yeah.
That could be an issue because when it slows down or use too much memory, there's the data, to the printer goes less data than it should, then cause, printing quality, issue.
Have you ever seen when you print something that it gets super pixelated for some reason? I mean, it's clear when you design it and you rip it, but sometimes when the print comes out, just certain things get pixelated.
No, I never seen on ours. It could be, I don't know, DPI problems, resolution problem. I don't think it's a printer problem. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
It's more like the software or from the hardware, from the computer.
Right. Is it processing? Yeah.
Not printer issue.
Yeah.
Printer, I don't know. I'm not really professional in printing technology, but I never heard that printer could do anything like that.
Yeah. I think it could be a rip thing where it's not catching up with the rip processing and it's messing up the print.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, absolutely.
That's crazy. Yeah, the technology now is just unbelievable with print it straight to lamination and then right out for production. It's so great.
Yeah. I had before I started with a Mimaki JV 33 solventing printer, like how many like almost 20 years ago, 15 probably.
At least,
yeah, it was a long time ago, and it was so smelly. I remember, and I put fans, I put like a chimney stuff. I tried to pull out all the gas what it's created, and it was terrible. I always went home with a freaking headache.
Yep.
It was crazy. And I know it caused cancer. I heard.
Does it cause cancer? I brought this up, I don't know how many episodes ago, but I did bring it up where it was like, those printers, there's no way it can be good if you don't have them in a separate room for you.
They proved actually,
really,
that, it could cause, cancer.
Oof.
It could, but it's not necessarily cause cancer, but it could. So since then I try to, just not using any solvents. That's why I'm using Eco Solvent and latex.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure they are 100% healthy.
No, still not. And it's still chemicals. Eco solvents, eco solvent, but you can still smell the solvent in the air when it's printing.
Yeah, I mean, at HP, when we are printing nonstop all day, I mean, I can see with my eyes that it's evaporate something out, and you can smell.
Right.
Even there is no solvent in it, but there are some chemicals what you can smell.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. I mean, that's our curse.
It's the nature of the job.
Yes, unfortunately. Hopefully we can live 100 years.
Oh, hopefully. That's the you know, the name of the game.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
We try to survive.
Yeah. If the ink doesn't catch up to us. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So now since then you have its own dedicated printed section or room for where you have the printers now in your office?
Yes. I just tell whoever doesn't know me, we are in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, in Davie.
Mm-hmm.
Just they can locate us. Our facility is not too big. It's 22,000 square foot, which is not too big. This one actually 2 bays. One half is for dedicated to installation, the other one for production.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have actually 1,100 square foot for production. We have these 2 printers, the HP Latex and the Roland 540, and we have 2 laminators as well. And those machines are made amazing jobs for us.
Yeah.
So we printing thousands of square foot every week.
Wow.
For cars, for everything. So when we get there, I will explain. We do everything. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, if I just look at my calendar, it's just crazy.
Full.
Because you need to know that this one is a one man shop.
Yeah, one man shop.
Believe or not, my wife helps me. Yeah, my wife helps me on paperwork because that would be just kill me. Every time when my accountant call me, I just don't pick up the phone because she wants something, money, or just sign something, but I don't want to. So it's crazy.
But so just to go back, you're a one man shop.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Probably a lot of people doesn't know. And, what I can capable of, it's like a 3-4 man shop, worth of job, what I create every day.
Looking at your social media, for me, seeing the type of work you're doing constantly, color changes, commercial jobs, box trucks, walls, floors, windows, like you're pretty active on there. And I would have thought you had at least 2 more installers, to get all that work done.
Yeah, I had before installers, but I just decided not to work with anybody anymore. I mean, if I have bigger jobs, fleets or something like that, definitely we have MOB, Masters of Branding. Probably you heard about that.
Yes.
So we can
network.
I can contact with them, network them, and they come over here and we knock it out really easy. Or locally, we have a lot of trusted professional installers who I can use.
Mm-hmm.
But 95% of the jobs I do by myself.
Wow.
And it's crazy.
I can imagine.
Yeah, just think about it. And I do because originally I'm a graphic designer.
Yeah.
And I do the designs. I do printing. I do prep. I do disassemble the car. I install, assemble the whole 9 yards, everything.
Invoicing.
No, invoicing. No, that's my wife.
That's your wife. No. She takes care of all the paperwork. You run the business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I'm not touching that. That would be too much for me. It's just too stressful for me.
Paperwork in itself and invoicing and collecting money, that's a whole nother job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I told her today, because unluckily we have right now a freaking audit.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, that amount of job what she needs to do on papers.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, like endless. But it means that I create a lot of job what I did.
Yeah. Do you learn how to say no to a lot of jobs, or do you take in what you want to work on?
You have to. You have to. The thing is, at the beginning, when you start a company or a rep shop, open a rep shop, you can't really say no to everybody.
Right.
Because you don't know what to do. You learning. It's a hard stuff at the beginning. It's really really hard. And most of the companies, they break and stop doing it in a year or two because they don't learn what they did wrong.
Right.
And so the first 2 years, 3 years, it's really hard. You have to put your heart, your time, your everything in it, whatever you have, your money, the last penny, everything. And then you can start to say no. So you can create your own best customer base. Because if you don't do that, you're killing yourself.
Yeah.
So it's
chasing your tail, job after job after job.
Absolutely. You will just work for survival.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. Just to work to pay the bills. Yep. And you never see your family. You ruin your life. That's not the way how you should live your life.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. And the job what we do, it's really crazy. It's physically, it kills you. It's really hard job. It's probably whoever didn't see rappers, or they see rappers, but they didn't do rap. It looks really easy how it work.
Yeah.
But when you are in it, that thing, like we have a Rolls Royce right here. It's a $300,000 car inside, and it's a custom wrap. It will go to Europe, or to the Gumball Rally. And to take it apart, it's a big liability.
Oh yeah.
To take it up. Yeah, I heard stories. They try to remove the window trim from the Rolls Royce, and they cost them $5,000 just to fix the trim. That's a big job. That's what they did. You spend on a trim. That's stupid.
Right.
So you have a lot of liability to work on these type of cars, or just to keep your customers right next to you. So it means your jobs, what you do, it needs to be perfect. Because if it's not perfect, then they go away. They try to find somebody else because they don't trust you. They don't trust your quality. They don't trust you at all.
Right. And you're in a tough market too, in Florida. Yeah. Oh my God.
Absolutely. You probably heard stories. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a good example. I just hang up a phone with one of, probably a future customer. They try to fishing around, and, he has a Ford F-150, 4-door short bed, and he wants some, commercial design on it, full wrap. And he fishing around, and he told me that I told him approximately on $3,000 for a full wrap on that truck. And he got numbers for 1,800, 1,900.
Ooh.
I mean, okay. I mean, I don't want to, and I cannot compete with those prices. So if you want, then go there. We just call higher prices.
Right.
I don't want to be really, bad mouth. But that's how we call it. So if you go close to Miami, the prices are going lower. And that's really hard. But if you stick to your prices and you know you're right, your quality is perfect and you're professional, then you'll be fine.
No, you weigh the good and the bad. You know what I mean? You don't get that pickup truck, but tomorrow morning you might get a box truck.
Yeah, absolutely. You will find your right customers. The customers what you looking for.
Right.
Who will pay for you, who trusts you and trust your pricing, and they don't shopping around. And if you say $3,000, that's going to be $3,000, and they will be the most happiest people on the world when they get the truck back. So, but that's time. That's unfortunately it's time. So you have to survive until that point you get there. So it's really hard, but if you enjoy what you do, how I do, then you'll be fine.
Do you think it's harder now to get into the industry, at least in your area, than it was, I don't know, 10 years ago?
From my point of view, I say no, because I know how the market works. But probably if I wouldn't know what I know right now, yes, I would say no. I would say yes, because there are so many Papa Mama shops, and shops who's working with Chinese vinyl and the cheapest vinyl. They don't care what's going on next day with the rep. Yeah, definitely. It's a hard things to get into this business, especially in this area. And there are not just this one. I heard California,
right,
certain parts are the same, but this whole South Florida is really tricky. But if you are good, it takes more time to be known. But if you get there, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you'll be one of the richest rapper in this area.
Right. You work less, but make more. That's
what I wanted to say as well.
Yeah.
I started 8 o'clock in the morning, and usually I try to not work more than 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I'm not working on the weekend.
Not working on the weekends. Yep.
No. There are some customers who want me to get it done. Sometimes I say, yes, I'm doing it, but 90% I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not saying too old for that, but I'm just tired of it.
Yeah. You work 8, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. That should be more than enough. That's probably more than a lot of people put in at normal jobs. Doesn't have to be any different than that,
Yeah. Yeah. And it comes to the time management.
Yeah.
If your time management is good. So like from my perspective, I perfectly know that what I do, let's say, Chevy Express van.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly that takes for me like 3 hours to get it done, 3 hours of full wrap or 3.5 hours. And it's not more than that.
Yeah.
So I can plan my day. Even if I have the design ready, it's not printed in the morning. So if I start printing in the morning, I know by the end of the day, it goes out installed.
It's a full day.
Full day.
Mm-hmm.
5 o'clock, it goes out the door, wrapped, everybody's happy.
Right.
Paid, go home at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know, and if you can plan your time properly and professionally, then you'll be fine. That's, I think, one of the most important thing in this business, time management. If you're professional, if you know all the techniques, if you know that you're wrapping professionally, then the next step is time management. I think that's one of the crucial thing in a life of business.
Yeah. In any business, right? Yeah, I think knowing your capabilities too, and obviously that takes time in months or years to figure out, to say, hey, listen, I'm comfortable by myself. If you give me vertical panels or if you give me horizontal panels, I'm done in 4 hours with the van, and that's the day, and if you can stay ahead of it and have production done the night before or the day before where you're coming in, I don't know if a lot of people have read that 4-hour work week, book that's come out. I haven't read it yet, but I've been recommended numerous times to read it. But if you can, make $3,000 in wrapping a truck or rather a van in 4 hours, you've only worked 4 hours for the day. You made $3,000 minus your cost of material, your ink, your overhead, et cetera, et cetera. Yes. You're probably still walking away with over $1,000 profit.
Yeah, which is not bad.
Not bad. $1,000 a day. Who can complain? That's only one day. We still got 4 more days in the week to work.
Yeah, but if you start the price with $1,700,
how are you making money?
Yourself.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's just, you can't even buy the material, and
if you want to buy the right material, you can get a cheap one for $300.
Yeah,
but good luck with it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. What type of material are you using at your shop right now?
Most of them. If it's printed, I use 2 of them, Avery 1105 and the 3M180 CP3. That's what we use on printing. If we use flat signs or something, box truck without big rivets, we use maybe the 3M40C. But that's all what we use on printing. Nothing else really, because this one could cover everything. And if they don't have any special request to stick really well, or a powder coated surface, where we use the IGF-39 from 3M, which is a really sticky vinyl. Other than that, we don't use anything else on printing. For color change, 90% 3M 1080. That's most, because, if you say, especially in this area, if you say to people 3M, they are done. And we use Avery Supreme Wrap as well, a lot. But the first one is 3M, and then Avery, and then the rest of them, Oracle, APA. They have a lots of cool stuff right now.
Right.
APA, and they are their headquarters down in here, like from us 10 minutes. And I know the guy Mattia. He's a really good dude. He helps us a lot. And they changed a lot on adhesive, on the vinyls, and they have amazing colors. So if somebody didn't use it, try it. It's really awesome stuff.
How is their vinyl in comparison to like 3M or Avery? Is it a little bit more aggressive or similar?
No. They try to achieve the same thing, less initial tech, and then it's building up while you're installing the vinyl. So it's really nice vinyl. Really, it's really easy to use. It's like 3M, like you would 3M or Avery. It's almost the same. Price wise, a little bit cheaper, depends on the colors. They have chrome colors as well. Not as shiny as the new 3M, but they have really awesome colors. Actually, it's there's a story. We go end of March, we invited to APA factory in Italy. So we go there with lots of guys over there.
Wow.
Road reps. Yeah, road reps. I don't know who's coming as well, but we go there. We will visit the factory. We will try the new materials. We go actually to the Lamborghini factory. It's going to be awesome.
Wow. That's happening, or you already did it?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in end of March. I can't wait. I already have the airplane tickets, so
the pin to the board, ready to go.
Yeah, whatever happens, I'm gonna be there. So it's gonna be an awesome trip. Yeah. So I can't wait. So if you didn't use it, try it. It's awesome film. That's.
Where can they purchase the film again? Mateo?
APA, if you just Google it, APA, USA, you will find, I can Google it real quick. It's APA USA.
APA USA.
APA.
And it all gets, shipped out of Florida, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And they're taking care of the customers. Actually, I think Metro Restyling is selling APA as well. I'm not really sure about it.
Sure, we could check Chris's website, see if it's on there. I'm sure he has it because I think he carries. He's only one that carries.
Yeah, they carrying. I just checked it. APA. If you put APA vehicle wrap, you will see Metro Restyling selling it.
Perfect.
So,
perfect.
Absolutely.
You ever install KPMF as well?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mention. Yeah, I did. Actually, they have lots of awesome colors. We use lots of how does it call it? Transluminescent.
Yep. All the laminates and stuff.
Yeah, the laminates. Yeah, I did actually create lots of awesome colors what's not existing on the market. I did a lot for lots of customers who want some bling bling.
Yeah.
It was like one time I put on one of the 3M color changing film, or Avery. It was Avery. No, I think it was 3M. I'm not sure. Whatever. And I put one of the sparkly crystal over lamination film from KPMF, and it was freaking amazing.
Wow.
And it was, especially here in the Sunshine State in Florida. It's in the sun was just killer. It was amazing.
Do you remember what kind of car it was that you had wrapped it in?
Yeah, it was for one of the Dolphin player. It was a V series Cadillac. I don't know, CTS.
CTS. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the V, with the
Wow.
V engine in it. It was awesome. Yeah, it was souped up. The car was like 1,000 horsepower. So the
Jeez.
color really fits to the car. It was amazing.
That's
So,
cool. How often do you get to do like celebrity cars and stuff like that down in Florida?
I try to avoid those cars. I mean,
Dude.
yeah, I mean, the problem, it's good for in a portfolio. It's really cool. But for a smaller shop like ours, it's just too much time. It
Yeah.
takes too much time to get it done. Like what I have a Rolls-Royce Ghost over here, it takes me 2 weeks to get it done because I had to, I have to take the wheels to powder coating, until I have the wheels to the, powder coating company. It's on my relief, so I cannot pull another car in. So in the meantime, I just wrapping the brake calipers. I'm preparing the files, the design. It's a custom design, printed design with
Wow.
the matte over lamination. It's going to be really cool. So it just takes too much time, too much effort. So in the meantime, when I'm wrapping a custom car in 2 days, I can do 4 or 5 commercial wrap. It makes
Right.
more money.
Right.
So it's really cool. I like it because it's custom cars. It's awesome cars. I'm really like car lovers. I'm really into cars. That's my second lover.
Mm.
And so I like to work with, but sometimes I have to say no or just not take it or just give a price tag, but they can refuse.
Right. Right. How much of your work is commercial over the kind of restyling throughout the weeks?
I would say like 80% commercial.
Wow.
80% commercial. We have lots of boats. We have lots of boats over here in Florida. This is Venice of the US.
Mm-hmm.
We have thousands of boats, fishing boats, super yachts, and all kind of stuff. So we do a lots of boats as well, which is really fun to do. It's really cool. Sometimes it's really hard, depends on the size of the boat.
Yeah.
But it's a fun thing to do. And every day is a different thing, different, I don't know, tomorrow we have a boat, after tomorrow we have a big 53-footer trailer.
Wow.
And then, we do a lot of architectural. I have Dyno certification, so we do a lot of, interior work. We have a lot of, construction company, interior designer connections. So every day is a challenge. It's so cool.
Wow. So you've already made those connections once you got certified with contractors and architectural people.
And, yeah, some of them, but most of the time is my existing customers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a lot of high-end customers. They have high-end homes. They have high-end friends, and it's just
word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best advertisement ever. I never paid any advertisement for anybody. That's the best. I even thinking, because my shop is on the street front, I'm thinking maybe move out from the street because walking traffic just takes away from the serious works.
Yeah. How do you deal with walk-in traffic if you're the only one? Does your wife work with you throughout the day too, like solely?
Yes, but technical questions, I'm the one who's answering.
Yeah.
So it's really hard when I'm getting phone calls in the meantime. Guys and people comes in the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really tough. Sometimes when I'm into a big install and somebody comes in and they have certain special questions, it's just, man, I should just lock the door and just do an install and that's it. So yeah, a lot of times I just lock the door and just keep everything out. And if they want anything, just call me or send me an email and I'm taking care of you.
Yeah. I've noticed a lot of people are using the whole text message thing. It's like, send me a text message, a photo, a quick reply of what you want, try to get back to you. I see a lot of people implementing that as opposed to being on the phone. Because the phone call can be, you answer the phone, you're at least going to be on the phone for 20 minutes.
Yeah, definitely don't give any pricing through phone.
No.
Not even text messages. because I mean, in my case, I getting like text messages, like hundreds of them every day.
Wow.
So I just tell them I'm not giving any. You can text me. I'm not really taking care of it. So if you want anything, just send me an email. So by the end of the day, when I go home, I open my laptop and I go through all the email, and then I answer it real quick, nicely, and then everybody's going to be happy. So if I cannot taking the job, I try to recommend somebody, and that's the other thing, recommendation. You know, in this business, there are lots of haters. I don't know why.
You speak from experience. Like, you've been dealing with it?
Not my experience. I'm just watching. I'm just step back and watching. I actually, even my enemies, my friends. I don't have enemies. I really don't. We have a lot of, car rep companies around. I mean, in like a 5-10 miles radius, there is, I would say, like 10 at least.
Wow.
I mean, probably you heard Metro Reps. Bruno is a really great guy. He's really close to me.
Wow. So you guys, how far away are you guys from each other? Do you know?
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Or less.
Cow.
Yeah. And we have a fucking huge traffic here in Florida. So 10 minutes is like 3 miles.
Yeah. You can walk there if you wanted.
Yeah. I don't want to. It's so hot.
Oh my God.
But Bruno, look, he can call me. I can call him. He can ask question. I can ask question. We can help each other. When they don't have a vinyl, he calls me if I have it, because it's weekend or after work. So fellas is all closed, as you cannot get a vinyl or they don't have it stock.
Right.
And we help each other. So that's the brotherhood. That's the friendship.
Right.
So we cannot be jealous to the other one. I mean, if they're growing, I'm just happy that they're growing.
Right.
They are my friends. They're growing. I'm happy. I'm just trying to learn from them to make my business better. They are not taking from you anything. I mean, this business is like endless, limitless.
Yeah. Everybody needs a truck lettered.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best advertisement ever.
Yeah.
And all the rep shop, if you try to take all the job, you cannot handle. It's the job, what's on the street. It's endless, limitless. Right. You cannot handle it. But most of the people don't understand that. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's nice when you can say no, but you can say, hey, listen, I've got a friend in the industry, give him a call. He might take your job in or whatnot. And it's not like, hey, I can't help you, and you leave them like in the dust, you know?
Yes, absolutely. No, you can take, even if you cannot taking care of them, you have to taking care of them.
Right.
To offer something for them. So they see that they try to help them.
Right.
Because if you don't help to those people, they never come back.
Yeah.
Because maybe you lose a job, but they see that you're trustful, you're open-minded, you're open-hearted, that they will come back to you. But you cannot take the job. If you're honest, they will come back.
Or they'll wait.
Oh yeah. Or wait. I mean, we have a wait list until middle of March.
Jesus, already?
Yeah. And they wait.
Wow.
And they wait. And it's really interesting. I mean, in a really good position. Last year was amazing. I mean, I can tell how I'm happy. How was the last year? I worked hard. We worked hard with my wife. We worked really hard, but it worked every minute what we spent in a company, because we enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you wake up and you know you're slapping on vinyl hundreds of square feet every day, how can you go wrong? You're not sitting behind a cubicle in front of a desk all day. Yeah,
and I know when every job has a nice aspect. When I let's say we have a really good customer. It's a marketing company, Bombshell. They are amazing customer of us, and we did amazing job in a Miami district with a really high-end fashion company. It was amazing. We worked during the night, but what we created, it made me so happy that you can imagine. I couldn't wake up in the morning because I was so tired, but it was just amazing what we created. And the customer was happy. He was over the moon. It was just that's our price. That's what makes really just go forward. Let's do the next job.
Right.
Because it's not like a just standing next to the conveyor belt.
Right.
Every job needs to make you happy.
Right. And it's nice when you can see the client happy too. That usually gets me right into the next job, you know?
Absolutely. That's priceless. That's
amazing. I agree. I love seeing clients' faces when they come in. You know, you see something on a rendering on an email, you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's approved. But when they see it when done on the car and the detail, they're just blown away.
I couldn't imagine. Yeah, you nailed it. And he gives you extra money for the. And I told them, look, I'm working for my shop. That's my shop. Don't give me any extra money. Just keep it. Be happy with it. You gave me the right money. What I asked for. That's my payment. All yours. Just enjoy it.
Right.
And it's so funny sometimes.
And then the word of mouth from that, it just grows. That's the best way.
Absolutely. Friends coming by. Yeah, my friend Tom recommended you, and you did an amazing job. I saw the car or whatever we did.
Right.
And they're coming. It's amazing.
That's crazy. And how long have you been doing it now?
The rabbits, I started 96.
Wow.
Yeah, I started really long time ago. I at the very beginning, before I did offset printing, all the setups and designs and all this kind of bullshit. But I love cars.
I take it you didn't like the offset printing.
Yeah, no, it was so boring. So many times I woke up on the keyboard, the embossed in my face.
Yeah.
It was so funny. The cleaning lady woke me up in the morning, and I loved cars. And I tried to find how can I be related with cars. And then comes rap. You know, at the beginning, at that time, vinyl were really bad, and there was no air release. I remember we used, without air release, old MacTech vinyls with liquid over lamination.
Yeah.
That's how we learned. It was crazy. So nowadays, what we have right now is luxury.
Oh, please. It's like driving a Ferrari rapping now. Not like back then. So 96, you're doing offset printing. How did you end up getting into that? Were you designing stuff?
Right away. Yeah, design. I tried to weigh how can I get related with cars. So what can I do so I can work with cars? Stickers. Oh, let's do that. So striping, and I bought my first little 24 inches Roland Cam 1 cutter.
Wow.
And down in the basement, I tried to create different designs and stuff like that. So that's how I started.
Were you doing it on the side and still doing the offset printing?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
My boss didn't know that. So, but, and it's changed everything in a day. I created my own company back in the day, and then I bought some kind of water-based printer. I didn't even know what was the brand and whatever. So it was the biggest mistake I've ever did. Because a water-based printer with a liquid overlamp, you cannot really put on a car.
No.
It won't work. So
it was more for like posters and stuff like that.
Posters, murals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but I learned quick.
Yeah. Hopefully you didn't lose your shirt on the purchase.
Well, look, I didn't care. I never care. But money is always comes. It's if you're good, you're always getting the right price. The other thing, you cannot really think on money when you start to work or open a shop. You cannot. You start to put into the shop your energy, you have to put yourself in first,
right?
And then money comes after.
The passion needs to be there first, in front of the money. The money will come. The passion needs to be there. Yeah.
If you have the passion, money will come like crazy. Trust me. You have to do that way. So you cannot think that way that next month I will be a freaking millionaire. You won't be.
Yeah.
You won't be. maybe 10 years.
That's being conservative. 10 years?
Yeah, never know. I mean, I know a lot of guys who were lucky and they had the right connection and they get faster, richer.
Right.
But it's not really about money. It's about really passion, what you just told.
Yeah.
It's about passion. And everything will come after.
And you started with nothing. You know what I mean?
Yes. No. I came from a really poor family. We didn't have anything. I mean, I grew up in Hungary. I don't know, probably you know Kiss.
Kiss?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
He's a good friend of mine. He's from Hungary too. We had a couple of competition together. I will talk about it later.
Definitely.
And he's a really good dude as well. So Hungary is a tough market. So he's working a lot in Austria, Germany, out of Hungary, because in Hungary the market is not really perfect.
It's not quite there.
No, not really, because the economy is not really good. That's why I really moved to the US 10 years ago. And
so you're new to the US, only 10 years?
10 years.
Wow.
10 years. Yeah. It's going to be 10 years. That's another story. Immigrants, it's not a really easy task to get into the US. So that was a hard, but all the way it was legal and because I had a family, so I tried to keep myself legal all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really, really hard. I mean, I spent like more than $100,000 on lawyers
wow.
and everything just to get it right, because I didn't want to be in a bad position.
Wow.
So anyway.
But you came here as an immigrant, mm-hmm. like most of us do. My parents are immigrants. I was first generation born in the U.S.
You're from Greek. Your family from Greek?
Portugal.
Okay.
Yeah. So they came from the Azores to try to better their lives and better my life.
Yes.
So they had me here for schooling and all that good stuff. But back then it was a lot easier to come from Europe to the United States.
That was different.
Yeah.
Look, I understand what's happening right now, but it's let's make it hard. So let's get those people who are really worthy for the community.
Right.
That's why I worked hard. So that's why I went to so many competitions. That's why I won so many competitions, because I tried to prove myself.
Yeah.
I tried to show my best. I'm good enough to be here. And I went through a lot of bullshit and a lot of things what I don't wish to anybody.
But those are the stepping stones you had to kind of step onto and to create who you are now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You had to go through those.
Yeah. All these things what happened with me made me a better man.
Yeah. 100%.
Absolutely. And I know what's bad, what's good, and what is in between.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really good thing. So during this journey, what I went through, I learned a lot of things. I hurt a lot of people. People hurt me. Went back and forth. Mm-hmm. It was a really tough journey, but at the end of the day, I think we get there where I wanted to be, and I tried to be a really good installer, a really good business person, and a really good human being.
That's all you can do. You know what I mean? When you have those qualities in yourself, everything else will just work itself out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's my customers likes in me, that I try to be trustful and I really honest with them.
Yeah.
Even if I know, I tell them what's I try to not lie to them.
Yeah.
So because the lie will follow you.
Oh my God.
It will catch you.
Yeah.
It will catch you.
I always tell everybody, karma doesn't lose addresses.
Yeah, no, karma is a bitch.
Yeah.
It will get you. It will get you.
That's so awesome.
No, so that you have to be trustful. That's if you live your life trustful, then you will get it.
Yeah.
I had a lot of bad decisions in my life, definitely, because I pushed myself too much, and I don't have really somebody next to me because I'm really hot-headed. I'm really hard to work with me. I mean, I'm really a workaholic. When I'm working, I'm working.
That's it. You're in the zone.
Yeah, I'm in the zone. So nobody fuck me because I'm really, I mean, I'm really stupid when I'm working. So when I'm into it, I'm into it. That's created in my personal life a lot of bad things in the past, what I regret, but stuff happens, unfortunately.
It's life. Nobody has a book on how to live your life because everybody's situation is different.
Yeah, you are your own book.
Right.
But you can read just after.
Right.
When you lived it.
I mean, you have different chapters in books and you have different chapters in your life. It's how are you going to write your next chapter? Are you going to?
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know.
No. Because you try to make it better because you know the past.
Right.
But you don't know what the future brings, and that's mixed with the past experiences. Maybe it won't create the same thing what you expect.
Yeah. Well, that's hopefully the game plan.
But at least we live our life fun and busy.
Right.
I enjoy it.
That's amazing, man. So 10 years here in the U.S., you get all your paperwork done. Now, are you a citizen now?
I have a green card.
Okay.
Green card. So, I'm good now. I have my citizenship probably in the next 3 years now.
Good for you.
That's another step.
It takes time.
Yeah. It was like 8 years to get it here.
Oh,
it was a really long trip.
My dad just got his, he just became a U.S. citizen probably about.
No freaking way.
Yeah, 4 years ago. I mean, he's been in the United States for 32 years now.
Holy shit.
And he finally got to do it. And,
congratulations.
Nice. We had a big party for him and everything. My grandfather did it. My grandfather's 80 years old. He went out and did it too.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. I mean, my grandfather's been here for he's probably been over 50 years he's been here.
Holy moly. That's crazy.
Yeah, but when you live here, you want to be able to reap the benefits of everything. Your retirement, your Social Security, my grandfather had to do that to retire and to get everything done. And my dad the same way. So, and my dad works for the union. My dad works at a college.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
He works for the union. And who knew? He used to work with his hands. He worked in a leather factory for 15 years.
Wow.
Pressing the leather through all these machines, dyeing the leather, shaving the leather down. He's the only one in the leather factory of like 100 people. He was the only guy in the whole leather factory that knew how to use every single machine, break it apart, put it back together, and use it.
Wow.
It was just amazing. But back then, you make $12 an hour. I know. My dad made $12 an hour for 15 years, and he bought a house. He had 2 cars, lived, pretty modest life. Nothing, we were like middle class. We weren't like poor.
Yeah, but with the hard work.
Yeah.
Really hard work.
But I never got to see him. He worked first shift, third shift, second shift. He worked so many shifts. It was crazy,
Oh my God.
But now he works, 8 hours a day, first thing in the morning, gets out of work at 3 and loves it. Makes double what he ever made at the leather factory, and it's just amazing as time progresses and like things change, it sucks that, this whole immigrant thing is coming up because it's like Dave's put the stepping stones into the United States. If it wasn't for immigrants, nobody would really be doing all those odds and end jobs or do certain things,
Yeah, but look, that's story of life.
Yeah,
you have to deal with it. Yeah, you have to deal with it. You accepted it.
Yeah.
You didn't born here.
Right.
So you have to make the sacrifice.
Right.
Everybody knows the rules. So you have to live
by them.
like by
Unfortunately.
then. So that's yeah. I mean, it's really hard until you don't have those papers inside you. It's there is no peace,
Right.
no peace at all, and it's ruin your whole day, your whole year, everything, your whole life, because there is no peace in you.
Well, all it takes is one decision, and you could be deported back. You could be put in jail.
Yeah.
You'd have to go.
Yeah.
You'd have to start all over again.
Exactly, and especially if you have a family with you, you have a daughter, you have a wife, you have a family, you have to take care of. You cannot be selfish.
I couldn't tell you how many people I've come across that leave their families in Brazil, in Germany, in Portugal, whatever, leave their families there to come here to work for more money and just send money back to feed their families. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it could, you have to be a really bad life to do that, because you sacrifice your family.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, you work for somebody because you will die no matter what.
Right.
So you work, you leave, you work for your family, for your daughter or whoever you have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you cannot take it with you.
Right.
And if they are not with you, then what is this all about?
What is life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. But let's get back to rap.
Woo, back to rapping. Yeah, we're going down a hole right now.
Yeah. No, we need to be optimistic.
Yeah, we need to be optimistic. Let's do it. Yeah, so amazing. So you come here, you're working, you're doing your thing. Almost 10 years now. And when did you remember what year you started your business, or finally did it mobily or open up a shop?
No. My company, Florida Car Wrap, I actually officially opened as a company in 2013.
Okay.
In the same location where we are right now. We had only one bay. 1,100 square foot.
Mm-hmm.
But we grew in 2 years. We grew up too big, and then I had to rent another one right next to us. Luckily, the lady who was in this place, she went out, and then I told the landlord that we take it right away. So we opened the other one. We have double of the space, not too big since 2,200 square foot, but it's enough for us right now. And from there it's amazing. We're growing. I mean, every year is getting better. I mean, it's way better. I mean, last year was like 40% bigger.
Wow.
Profit wise than before the year.
That's a huge percentage.
Yeah, and this year is going to be bigger, still bigger. I don't know how big we can grow in this small company, but it's amazing. And the type of job what we're getting, it's just amazing. It's better and better. I mean, it's like 2 weeks ago, I just did a work for Mercedes. It was it was a project car, the new Mercedes GT4, GT3, 63 S.
Mm-hmm.
It's a brand new car. The V number was actually 10Xs.
Wow.
So it was like probably nobody will drive on the street.
Right.
So that
just
was a really extreme
concept car.
Concept car.
Yeah.
I worked on it. They brought it from Georgia. In Georgia, actually, this one owned by a team, a cigar boat team.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner owns its car, and they brought it from Georgia. And in Georgia has the Mercedes headquarters, and they had a painted cigar boat, and they wanted to match the vinyl color to that cigar boat because they had a photo shoot at that time 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And what they did actually, they asked me to do the job on Wednesday, and they painted the 3M 180, painted with the same color as the cigar boat. And on Friday shipped it. And on Friday night it was already here in my shop from Georgia. And Friday night I get it done. It was a nice, beautiful design with a 3M carbon fiber, with this red color, painted red color. And they picked it up in the morning. So just, I wanted to say that it's the type of job what I do, even if I had to do during the night. but just to touching that car and touching that design was amazing. It
Yeah.
was all knifeless tape. It was really creative, actually. It was really amazing. I just got a sketch on paper, no measurement, no nothing. That's what I had to follow and try to figure it out. And the car was actually not exactly the same what I had on the rendering, because there was a special sports spoiler in the back, so it was different.
Bumpers, yeah.
Yeah, but it was amazing. I just wanted to say that I enjoy these jobs, and I getting these jobs, what I really enjoy. So it's amazing.
I think it's the thrill of being the one person that, you know, if you kind of sit back and you got the car in your shop and all the doors are shut and, you know, you've got people walking around outside and just like you're in your shop looking at this car, knowing that this car is here. Nobody knows it's here. It's a concept car. Nobody will probably really see it that often, but it's in my garage and I'm putting stuff on it. That
it
feeling.
Feels good.
Yeah. That feeling's just, it's like I'm the only one that's ever going to do this to this car.
I just got a little goosebump.
Right? It's just, you're the only, like when people get like concept cars and you don't get them often, but you get these, you know, exotic cars. It's like, how often can you sit there and say, I've driven that at my shop.
Yeah.
I've sat in that car. I've driven it. I've put vinyl on top of it. Not a lot of people can say that, you know?
Yeah. You be part of it, and you are trusted in that one, because that person who owns this car, he didn't want to even take it to anywhere else.
Right.
And the guy actually who introduced himself, he really trusted me, and then that word for the customer was enough to bring the car here on a tow truck, and we're taking care of everything, and he was over happiness.
See, and someone taking it from Georgia all the way down to Florida to have somebody else. I mean, how many states did he had to drive through that he could have found someone else to do it? But because the word of mouth speaks volumes, he wanted you to touch it and only you to touch it.
Yeah. It's amazing. I didn't really think about that way, but yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's just makes the whole thing so special.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's more of, you know, sometimes clients, you know, sometimes you don't get to see the clients very often. It's like they come in, you do one or two wraps, and then you don't see them for a few years. But when you have those constant people that continuously come in, they become friends, they become family. You have lunch, you take them out to lunch, they take you out to lunch. It becomes more of a friendship, and those are the types of people you have around you, and that will speak volumes for you. And like you said, you don't spend any money on advertising because the word of mouth is so strong, and you've got people out there just talking good about you. Because at the end of the day, it only takes one person to ruin a reputation. One bad Yelp, one bad thing on Facebook, it's like game over. You might as well close your doors.
Yeah, a funny thing is they can write different stuff on Google or Yelp, even if they weren't here in the shop.
Yeah.
I got stuff like that on Google, and the guy was from, I don't know, whatever states, not even Florida. So I don't even care about it. But the right people, the right customer doesn't really care about it. They know what's going on. They educated. That's your real customers. Whoever see that and they affecting their
judgment,
mind, then judgment, then just that's not your customer.
Right.
So I don't really care about that one anymore. So I that's why I use just Instagram. It's a really cool stuff. That's what I use. I don't use anything else. I posted all the stuff what I do on Instagram or Facebook as well. But Facebook, I'm not really a fan of it. But I read all the stuff what I can, when I have time. But most of the time, I just use Instagram. I think that's a really cool stuff.
Yeah, because it's photo based. Everyone's looking to see what's going on. They're not really reading too much of the comments or things like that. It's more just the photos, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, or live. This world is really fast.
Yeah.
So you need information go in and out really fast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I really like.
Have you done any live Instagram videos yet?
No, I don't really have time.
No.
And all the videos what you see, I do all the videos as well.
Really?
I do everything. Yeah, I do the drone. I do everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. He's sometimes help me to do some videos, but 99% of the videos I made them. So
you're a guy of all trades.
So it's amazing. But I'm thinking what I do is just what the heck. But I enjoy it. I don't even think what I do. I just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, man. I love that mentality because you gotta be hungry, because as soon as you become complacent, that's when things kind of slow down, or you lose passion, you lose motivation.
Yeah.
You always have to be going.
Yeah, you need a drive.
Mm-hmm.
You need goal. You need something in your life that takes you forward. It's and you don't have to stop and watch around. Just go forward. Once you stop and watch around, you will get confused right away.
Yeah. Because
you just cannot handle everything in the same time. You cannot multitasking that much because, okay, you can think through certain things what you do in the jobs, but like printing, designing, it takes a long time to get it done.
Oh my God, yeah.
So that's why I always reading a list or writing a list. What I have to do is just go through, just check if something is done, and at the end of the day, it's gonna be done, all of them. But if you just try to thinking how I can get it done, I will just getting crazy. So just go through the list, whatever is needs to be done first, just do it. Like if somebody comes in the door and he has striping, something easy job, most of the time I'm not saying no, because let's say on a Mustang double stripe, I can get it done in an hour. So just bring it in, knock it out.
Take the money. Yep.
Yeah, make the money. $500 in and out in hour or two. Easy money. No headache. Probably I would do it from a leftover or something like that. So just get it done. He's happy. I'm happy. That's it.
And you're still making money because the printers are still printing.
Absolutely.
The RIP software is going panel by panel. It's not like you're losing out, other than if you had another install to push up or whatnot. To put in a little stripe kit, it's easy money.
It's again, it's time management. If you know you have a little bit of time, like before lunch, you have an hour and a half. Don't be lazy. Get it done.
Yeah, I'll work.
And don't. And if you have a little bit of time, just get it done. Don't wait. Don't try to schedule for next day or 2 days or 3 days later, because you don't know what comes into the door tomorrow. So whatever you in the door, just get it done.
Yeah, procrastination will bite you at the end of the day.
Yeah, because after a month, you kill yourself because you cannot handle so much job what you have.
Yeah.
It's too much. It just gets crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What do you think the hardest part, when you had started your business in 2013, what do you think the hardest part was when you opened up your business?
The hardest part, not the money, because I spent the last cent on printers and everything. I never thought about money. The harder thing to get a right customer base, because at the beginning I depends on the walking traffics. And when you don't have money, when you don't have too much customers, they feel it. All the customer who comes in, they don't seem too optimistic, too how to say, but when they feel that you cannot get the money what you want to, so they will push your prices down because you want that job no matter what, because you have to pay the bill.
Right.
You have to survive, and they feel it. And once they feel it, you're killing yourself. Yes.
It's like being a poker player. As soon as you give that little tell, They know you're bluffing, and then game over.
And it's on your face.
Right.
If you can't lie, I always try. I tried in lie in my life, but they always know that I'm lying. I'm like bad liar, and everybody knows, and the customer knows. So at the beginning, probably that's the hardest thing if you're not a poker face. That's the hardest, that show that you are in a good position. You have a lots of money, you have a lots of customer, you have a lots of order. No, you don't have shit.
You don't have shit.
You have to survive. You have to survive. You are in a big trouble. If you don't pay the rent, they kick you out.
Right. Yeah, what do you do? How many times at the end of the month you're like, ooh, I don't know if rent's gonna be on time this month?
Actually, I always could pay my bills. I push myself that I always could pay my bills. That's never been an issue. I always try to way out to figure everything out.
Yeah.
I don't have really issue with anything. At the beginning it was hard because I had a guy who I hired from the day one, and so I had another guy who I had to pay the salary as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I had two families to taking care of. So it was hard at the beginning. It's not really the rent and the bills, the other guy, to pay for the other guy. That was the hardest for me, because to pay everybody, pay a person, that's for me the first. I'm the last.
Right.
So in a business, for me, I pay everybody. I'm not really pay anybody, not even values, nobody with a check or anything. I pay right away with a credit card. Let's clear it out.
Right.
Because I don't want to leave it to the end of the month. Just pay it out. If I cannot make the money on the job, that's my bad. I mean, I have to make my prices right. If my price is right, then I can pay the bill, I can pay my guy, I can pay the material, and I can pay everything.
Yeah. It's knowing your operational costs. What does it take every day for you to open your door every day? How much you need to make that day in order to survive? And then after you make that amount, the rest is profit. You know what I mean? That goes to your salary.
Yeah.
At the end of the week, at the end of the month, however you pay yourself.
It's hard from my perspective, because I have a salary, but I really don't pay myself too much. I try to make the company bigger.
Right.
So if we have some money in a bank, we try to buy a better printer. We just bought a new company vehicle. We try to make the company more professional.
Yeah.
So it's not for me. The company, I'm for the company.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I will get my prize. So it's not my money, but if it's a normal company, it's like a one-man shop or a two-man shop, probably you have to create at least like $500-600 at least a day.
Right.
At least. So it's hard. I mean, it depends on the company, depends on the rent, what you pay, depends on the machines, what you use. If you use OEMs, it all depends. I mean, in our area, all the rents and everything is really high.
In your area, they're really high?
Yeah, it's really high.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
I pay for almost 2,000 square foot. I pay more than $4,000.
Whew. Wow.
For a little bit of space. So it all depends. But when you get to a point that you have the right client base, then it's not an issue. You don't ever think about it.
That alone is mind blowing. I would have thought it would have been cheaper in Florida.
No. Wow. It's really expensive. Yeah.
Is it just expensive because it's a commercial area?
Not necessarily, because of this area of Florida. It's expensive.
Yeah.
That's about the right rental. And it depends if you are on the street front or back.
Right.
But that's about the right price for the size of the rent like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing, because back in the shop that I had owned, it was 4,000 square feet, and I think we paid about I think it was $3,600 a month, something like that.
Yeah,
4,000 square feet though.
yeah. That sounds good.
That's
I could live
really
with
good.
that.
It was huge. I loved it.
Yeah,
We had offices on the second floor, huge
nice.
garage section. It was probably a little over 2,000 square feet of garage area. With the 15-foot bay door. It was great. It was perfect for what I needed it for.
Yeah. For me, the space is a little bit of issue because we have like 1,100 square foot for installation.
Right.
And right now, one of the cars is on the lift. Tomorrow is coming a big trailer. So I always have to plan how to put cars in and out. So it's really difficult. So that's another thing to manage.
Yeah, playing Tetris in the garage is always fun.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle. So I have to plan. So that trailer is going to be, I have a 1 day removal and a 1 day installation. So how the next job comes in. If they bring it earlier, can I put it in? I don't want to leave it outside, even if we have cameras, but still it's better inside.
Right.
So it's another things to worry about.
Do you do a lot of removals in Florida too?
Try to not to.
Yeah.
Especially
there's no money.
No. I mean, I recommend it, especially in a small shops. Try to not to do that. It's really hard. I have a really good friend of mine. He's doing removal for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we have a car auction right next to us, and his job on the auction to removal from commercial vehicles.
Wow.
So I just call him, comes here, remove it. In the meantime, I can do my job. Even if I pay him whatever the customer pays me, that's good because I'm not wasting my time, my space. It's all good. It's all paid because while he's working, I can do something else. I can print. I can install something else. So that's all good. And the customer is happy because it's removed. But just removal, I'm not really taking.
Yeah, unless you're rewrapping it.
Yes. I can take that case. I can take it.
Right.
But removal now, especially if I didn't wrap it, that could be a disaster.
Oh my God! Yeah.
If somebody comes, like in Florida, especially in Florida, sun kills everything.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Somebody brings a 5-6 years old vinyl, even if it's 3M, it doesn't really matter. Brings in and cracked in pieces, like a 1/4-inch pieces, and they use shitload of primer on it.
Oh my God!
That's just no,
thank you.
No, and if you tell them that you have to pay $125 per hour for removal,
right?
They're just laughing on you. I mean,
what are you gonna do?
Take home and try it.
Yeah, you gotta have somewhat of a limit. You know what I mean? Either you cover your day's pay for opening your door, and you know what? If it takes me half the time, then I'll give you a credit. If not, it's gonna be X amount. You know?
No, that's ridiculous. Removal, that's another whole of job. Somebody needs to born for that.
Yeah, there's not many people that want to do it. There are a few, and you know, God help them, but we're not in the business to be taking the shit off. We put it on.
Yeah. I mean, even for me, if I do every day different job, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
But if I have to do a fleet after the 5th car, I'm just, oh my God, again.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's nice. It's consistent money.
It's constant. Yeah, absolutely. If you have the right money on, that's perfect.
You get a little faster. You get a little quicker on every car. It's, you know,
a good example, Rapify. You know them. Right.
Rapify. Yep.
Rapify is perfect. Next week we have 3 Rapifies. I put in Rapify. It's really easy to install. They prep all the vinyl really nice. Actually, I think, John Dover makes, most of the printing for them.
Really?
Yeah. And he does an amazing job. So that's a good example for that one. Install and removal. That's a really good organization. I
Right.
really love it. So even if I put a Rapify in a day, I can put something else next to it because I know I can knock it out in 2-3 hours, no problem.
Right.
Even if it's the biggest car, and still I have another 3/4 day, and I can do whatever I want.
Right. You made your money.
Yeah,
You got
absolutely.
a little bit more time to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy money. Good to work with them. It's really good guys. It's amazing. That's a good example.
How long have you been working with Rapify?
The first one that we did probably was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, they had a big, one of the mattress company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was I think almost 3 years ago when they opened the whole Rapify. That was one of the first job for them. It was really cool, and they learned. So they learned how to prep the jobs, what vinyl they use. The vinyl what they use right now, it's really awesome. It's really easy to work with, really easy to remove.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
It's all like temporary vinyl, right? It's not nothing long term. Yeah.
It's imagine like a cast vinyl with the almost the weakest removable adhesive on the back.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you have to be careful because last time when we removed somebody else's installation, you have to be really careful because it's not so tacky. So you cannot really stretch the shit out of the vinyl because it will fail. It will come back and it looks awful. And their customer expecting a almost high quality job. So it cannot be lifted edges, wrinkles and bubbles. So you have to work differently with the vinyl what they use.
Wow. And you're a certified installer for them. How do you kind of go through the process of being a certified installer for Rapify?
Actually, at the very beginning when we had this first project with them, Josh came here personally and checked the shop, checked us, and we got a really good relationship. And that's how we get into it. We were one of the first shop at that time to get into the Rapify.
Wow.
So it was awesome. I like it. It's not a big money, but it's the right amount of money. They pay good.
Yeah.
I think they pay like $350 per square foot for installation, which is not that bad.
That's kind of almost industry. $350 per square foot. That's not bad.
Yeah. And the expectation is not like a color change.
Right.
I mean, you have to do it right, but it's not like a color change.
Right.
So you don't have to wrap the mirrors. You don't have to wrap the handles. So it's really good.
And a lot of their marketing stuff is like partials anyways, right? They're not all complete full wraps.
The last one what we did like 3-4 weeks ago, it was almost full without the roof. Mm-hmm. Everything else but the roof. The next one next week is going to be the same. Everything but the roof.
Wow.
Which is almost a full wrap because roof is not a big deal.
Nah, optional. Yeah. Depends on how cute you want to get with it, but a lot of the roofs don't usually get done unless you're doing a lot of stuff like in town. Like for us here in Boston, we like to ask, do you do a lot of work in Boston? Are you around a lot of big buildings? If not, no reason to do a roof.
Yeah. No, for commercial, we are not really offering anything on a roof.
Yeah.
Just if they're asking, but yeah, I think it's just a stupid and wasting money.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to put something, put a phone number or something, but to fully wrap, there is no make sense.
Yeah. Typically, sometimes we'll do like a 24 inch like piece over the front windshield. Yeah. Just to kill the color.
Yeah, especially on a big, the high, like a Mercedes Sprinters.
Right.
The high roof Sprinters and transporters and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. But otherwise, there is no make sense to do that.
Forget about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to. Now you've got a lot of certifications too in different, architectural, 3M, all that stuff. Now within the last 10 years, you've kind of accumulated all these certs?
Yes. the first one was the 3M certified installer. And then the next one was, I believe, the architectural, the Dynac from 3M. And then was the Avery. It was Jim Miller. It was amazing. And, I have the PDA master certification. That was good too. I had luck to meet with, Rob Ivers. That was amazing. A certification as well. I want to get the knifeless tape certification, but for me, time-wise, it's a little bit hard to get there because I should get to St. Paul, Minneapolis, and it's too far from me. It's a whole week, and I just couldn't manage that week take out. So that's what I really want to get.
Next,
nothing else. Yeah, that would be my bucket list.
Nice. So that's the knifeless, right? You said?
Yes.
Yeah.
The knifeless. Yeah.
That's
I really want
Phil?
to. Yeah. Phil is an amazing guy.
He's so
He's
funny.
a good dude. Yeah, he's a good dude. I have a good story. In 2000, when was that? 2017 on a SEMA show. 3M had a competition. It was awesome. It was amazing, organization. The guys from 3M, they are always amazing. And, we had this team, we put together a team. The task was we had 2 hours to get a design. You had to create a design beforehand at home. They give you the, all the specification like 3 or 4 weeks before the competition. So you had to create a design made out of, knifeless tape, which means you cannot touch the vinyl with knife. So you had 5 or 6 different colors what they give you, and they give you the vinyl colors like 2 weeks before the competition. So you had 5 or 6 colors, and you have knifeless tape. You had a squeegee, and you had to create a design with a knifeless tape in 2 hours, and it needs to be badass.
Wow!
And it's in the middle of the SEMA show, in the middle of the 3M booth. It was freaking amazing. And I worked on the design. I did all the prep almost for 3 weeks. It was a big preparation. I planned every second of the game. And, when I showed to Phil right before the competition, I showed to Phil the design. He told me it's impossible to get it done.
In 2 hours?
Yeah. Well, watch me. And it was freaking funny. And, we just jumped in. We had the plan. It was amazing. We created faces. We created on the hood Marilyn Monroe, on the side Elvis Presley, and music tones. And it was freaking amazing. Like poker team, all Las Vegas team.
Right.
And it was just freaking awesome. And we did it. And in the last second, we pulled the last trigger, the last knifeless tape out in the last second. We finished just right in the second hour.
Wow.
It was one of the best experience ever. It was amazing. Just to back to knifeless tape. It was amazing.
That's great. And what did you get on that? Did you end up getting first prize on that one?
Unfortunately, we got second prize. There was no judges. It was all,
the crowd.
Whoever was the crowd. Yeah. So whoever had more friends or whatever. So I was a little bit disappointed, but knowing what we did and what we achieved and what we prepped and what we worked on this whole project, I think inside of us, we got the first place.
Right. That's all that matters. So,
yeah. And we had, it was a four-man team. Caroline Shaw, Russ Voigt, Preston Jordan, and me was the team. It was just freaking amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah. Sometimes, friendly competition is nice, and knowing that you push the limits, even for yourself, like that, that says more than winning first prize, knowing that you're like, oh, okay, I can do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And always for me, it was I went to learn.
Right.
And I wanted to respect me and the whole business what we do. So I wanted to show to the crowd, to the newbies, to everyone that how the rep needs to be, the installation needs to be done. You have to be really, so the vinyl is your boss.
Right.
You are their slave. You are just like a tool for all these. And most of the people, you see, just watch a YouTube video, and you are getting professional in rapping. That's why I really hate videos on YouTube, because there are lots of guys comes in the door and I bought something from eBay. Why? Can you show me how to do this and that? No, sorry. I mean, I'm not. Watching a brain surgery, it looks really easy, but probably the patient will die if I try.
That's funny.
So what we do, it's absolute professional. That's what I want to show on competitions, and definitely learning. I learned a lot, especially when you are under pressure. It's amazing. And I learned a lot of things, how to use vinyl. I watched other installers. Maybe I took just one little movement out of what they did and made my life way better and saved me minutes, maybe hours, or I could make a better job. That's what I did all these competitions in the last almost 10 years.
It's amazing. I mean, you've done so many competitions and have gotten 12 times first place and
altogether I had 12 first and second place.
Wow.
I think I have 8 or 9 first place and the rest of them second place.
That's amazing.
It is. I enjoy all of them. My life is a competition.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, every day when I'm working, I'm competing with myself. I compete against the time, everything. That's my wife hates me because of that. Because if I do anything, really anything, I anything in my life, it's a competition. I was a cross country skier back in Hungary, and I brought this attitude from there. So I'm really competitive person, and to go to this competition made me really happy. I mean, the last one was in Germany, Düsseldorf. It was in this January. It was amazing. I think that was one of the most memorable experience in my life. I never enjoyed anything before like this one. We had a really great team. Krzysztof Miszewski from what is that? Here I wanted to say quick. You already had Crystal, sorry.
Crystal, from Candy Wraps.
Candy Wraps, yes.
There we go.
I'm so bad.
No worries. I did see the picture. It was Jim Miller, Crystal.
Jim Miller, Lajos Keys and Crystal. It was like amazing. And we had, that competition was one of a kind. They never did that before. It's part of the 60% of the competition was actual rap. And the rest of the 40% was PPF, paint protection, and tinting.
Wow.
So it was really amazing. And we had, I think, 14 or 16 teams, 4 members teams, and every team needs to be one girl in the team. So it was really, really amazing to watch these people, and they were all amazing professional installers. Like Rainer Lloyd, he's fucking amazing. He's from Germany.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing guy. I don't know if you follow him, just check his Instagram. What he's doing. He's like a teacher.
Do you remember what his Instagram name is?
Rainer Lotz.
Oh, Rainer. Yeah.
Rainer Lotz.
Yep.
He's needs to be followed. He's a really great guy, and as a person, he's awesome dude. And anyway, so that competition was just amazing, mind blowing. Dirk Merbs, who was the organizer of this competition, and he did a lots of competition where I been. He did a great job, and all the judges, and this competition is judged by judges.
Wow.
Real judges, which is, I think that's a real deal. And they are real installers. They had experience. Mingo Richter was one of the judge. He's amazing dude as well. He's awesome. He's from Austria. I love that guy. He's amazing. So we competed, what we had to do actually, a certain part of the car, we had to wrap it and then put the PPF on top of the wrap. And in the meantime, we had to do tinting on certain windows.
Wow.
So it was a really complex and amazing experience. I enjoyed it every time, and I thought about it. It was just amazing. Maybe I getting sentimental, just getting older, but it was just amazing to compete with those guys.
Now, do you do a lot of PPF or any window tinting now in your shop?
Tinting, I don't. First of all, I have a lot of guys, friends, right next to me and close to me, tinting shops. So I don't want to take their jobs away. So I respect them. So whoever comes in and need tinting, I walk them over there. They deal with them. In the meantime, we do the wrap. When I finish with the wrap, take it to the tinting shop or vice versa. That's how we do tinting. PPF, I do sometimes, not too much, because that's another person. It takes too much time to get it done.
Right.
So, apply with border. It takes longer than a regular install. And most of the people can't really afford it because it's really expensive. So we do a lot of PPF, but not that much than other shops because we are small. So for me, I rather to do something which is more productive. Printing, commercial, wrap, or something like that. But if I have all the guys who's doing PPF. So if we have a lot of PPF, I take the job and my friends doing the PPF, and then I just upsell it. Yeah. I put a 10-15% on top of it, and
everybody makes money.
Happy.
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
Yeah,
that's the name of the game. How often do you travel, like back overseas for competitions and stuff?
Overseas, not too much. I mean, last year we had I think 3 competitions. I had 3 competitions last year. I had with the PDAA Rep Cup in Las Vegas with Jim Miller in a team, a 2-member team. That was amazing too. I had the ISA Rep Cup Americas in Orlando, and there was one in Fort Lauderdale, the GOA Rep Cup Americas last year. So I'm not really. I'm doing maybe 2 trips in my year last year. But overseas, not really. I mean, maybe once a year.
Yeah.
If I have to, but this year, this Germany, I just couldn't. I needed to go. It was just so amazing, and the guys, my team members, were just amazing. So I needed to go, and I didn't regret it. It was amazing.
Did
and
you
this year to go to Italy to the APA?
Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
You need to. It's just gonna be freaking awesome.
Are you gonna make sure you have to do a Instagram live while you're there? You have to do that feature.
I promise I will do that.
You have to get everybody to watch it and to experience it with you.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice experience. Yeah, so for me, because of the time, what it takes from my life and it takes from the company.
Right.
It's really precious. Every day, every hour is precious for us. So that's why I can't really go too many times out of the shop. So that's my little time. So to talking to you, for me, it's right amazing. I mean, I really honored to talk to you. And for me, it's a different thing because every day I'm in the shop. It's in my own world. So for me, this one is so cool.
Oh man, likewise. You know what it is? It's just talking to great people in the industry. You know what I mean? I think people sometimes, if you don't get to go out, like you say, you're a one-man shop and you still get to go out to these events and network and talk to people. A lot of other people don't get to do that. So the podcast is just a great way to learn a little bit about someone that you either follow or, you know, want to know a little bit more of their background. And it's all about networking at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But, and you need to socialize.
Right.
It's really hard because you're a human being. You need other human beings around you.
Right.
You need to learn. You need to hug somebody. You need to shake hands. You need to be known.
Right.
That's why you need to be on certain stuff, RepsCon or SEMA or ISA, GIA, wherever you go. You need to be there to be known. I go less than before because I won a lot of competitions. So if I go somewhere, I go because I needed to, because that event is so important for me and for the industry. That's why I go. So just to go to a SEMA show right now, I'm not going just to walk around and say hi, because for me it's just wasting time and money.
Right. Yeah. And it's so hard for you to do that too. How intricate or how far along do you plan your trips where you can kind of work around your schedule? Because when you're going to these trips, you don't want to take 2-3 days off. You might as well take the whole week and enjoy it and then deal with the repercussions later.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I mean, I try to push my jobs before and after the trips. So I work twice as much before and after. So I try to, I have certain plan or income plans for every month. So I try to get them done and not to lose any jobs or any customers because of that. So I try to manage my time, my day, before and after the trip. So that's how I try to manage my trips.
Yeah.
It's really hard, even 2 days or 3 days. Like 1 week, it's crazy. I mean, this one, when we went to Germany, I was like, fuck it. And we went to, on January 28th. Yeah, 28th back to Hungary, visit family.
Nice.
And then from there, I flew to Germany on the 7th, and until the 10th, we were there, and fly back to Hungary and come back on the 14th. So actually it was almost 3 weeks.
Wow.
So that was freaking extreme for me. But I was like, I worked hard. I deserve it.
Exactly. So, treat yourself. That's the name of the game. I mean, years can go by and months can go by, and literally you've fallen into a routine where it's like, I work, I go home and eat, I sleep, I wake up, go back to work, and years can go by and you can be like, okay, I haven't taken a vacation. Yeah.
You can do that.
No.
You can do that. You, if you don't do that you won't enjoy your job.
No. You need separation.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I decided to do, and not working that much, even if I work a lot, but I work more intense than a lot.
Yeah.
So, and I have more experience. I have more professionalism. So that's why I can manage my time better. So I can say that fucking, and 5 o'clock I lock the door and I go home and I don't care, and I jump in my pool and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because our private life is more precious than the job, even if we love it. But you need your life. It's without not living the life, you won't enjoy your work, what you do, the rep, the install. That's because if you come in the morning to your office with a smile on your face, that's your day is gonna be perfect.
Right. Yeah. You can't start off with somebody shitting in your Cheerios first thing in the morning.
No.
The rest of the day is ruined. If you feel like shit, the rest of the day is gonna be shit. It's crazy.
No.
That's insane. But you said you used to be a cross country skier. Now going from that to living in Florida.
It's another good story. When we were in Germany, it was snowing all day long.
Yeah.
In Hungary, we had like more more than 1 foot snow.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was
You
amazing.
love the snow?
I loved it. I grew up in snow. It's like Boston. Like, you have a lot of snow.
Hell
You
yeah.
should.
I was going to say, what are you doing in Florida? You got to come up this way, up north.
Yeah. Today we had like freaking 85 degrees.
Oh,
It was
please.
hot.
35, the highest today, but we got 67 yesterday. Believe it or not.
That's good. That's really nice.
I'll take
really
it.
Nice. So yeah, that was amazing. That's the other thing. That's why I enjoyed it, because that was I just brought back nice memories from my childhood. All the snow. It was really nice.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Wow. And what do you like to do for fun outside of work now? Now that you can't ski, you can't ski in Florida, but.
No. Actually, we're building cars. I mean, I really a car lover. I have a couple of cars. So we're building cars.
Wow.
My cars. I have a friend of mine right now. We are building a Toyota Supra. It's going to be a 1300 horsepower on wheels.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be an insane build. That's one of the projects what we work on right now. And there is another one. It's one of a kind. There is only one VFTS Lada from Russia. It's a rally, homolog rally car in the US. That's the only one in the US. And we will put the super engine, an 800 horsepower super engine in the Lada, which is 1,800 pounds.
Oh my God, that thing's gonna rip.
Yeah, it's gonna fly. It's gonna be a drift car.
Wow.
So yeah.
Are these your personal cars that you're working on?
Yes. That's all my personal cars. Yeah, and I have bikes, and if I have time, I go trekking. That's clean my mind right away. When you go to the track with the bike, that's like a blank canvas. Your mind is just a blank canvas. Now you cannot take your shit with you on the track, because otherwise you crash yourself.
Right. You need to be completely focused and only that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How fast have you gone?
With what?
Well, okay, so I'll start with the bike. How fast have you gone on the bike? On the track?
That's about 200 miles per hour.
Wow. What does that feel like on a bike?
It's freaking quick. I mean, when you go straight, it's not really so scary. When you go from 200 miles per hour and you have a 90-degree corner and just brake it, and you have like 50 yards to brake down, 75, 50 yards to brake down to the 90-degree corner. That's the scary part.
Wow.
Yeah. That's.
So you go out, you're in full leather with the knee pads, hitting the. Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a speed type of guy. That gets you going.
Freak. Yeah, I'm horsepower freak.
Wow.
I need adrenaline. I'm really crazy. So that's adrenaline that's my vitamin.
Wow.
That's what I need. Yeah, it's crazy. That's why lots of people can't live next to me.
Yeah.
because I live my life that way. So it's so crazy every day when I work, when I out of work, when I cannot sit at home. I cannot watch a movie. I have to do something.
You're just going 100 miles an hour all day, every day.
Every day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's me. I love people. I love to meet nice people. I really want to meet with you in person. Hopefully we can meet.
Oh, we'll meet definitely. Are you going to be going to RapsCon this year? You think?
I don't know yet. I have to plan my year. It's not there. Probably I will figure it out around April when I get back from Italy. Nice. So I don't know yet. I try. If I have a purpose to go there, definitely I will. If there is a good competition or something like that.
Oh, there's always a rap competition at RapsCon.
Yeah. But last year I didn't want to go because probably a lot of guys hate me when I go to a competition because they want to win.
Oh, there you go. I hope everybody hears that. You're out for blood. You want to get first place. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. But when you travel a lot from different places or different countries, and come a guy, and maybe he could win because by the numbers, by the past, he won a lot. Maybe he would win. So inside them, it's a pressure, and under pressure, it's really hard to compete. You have to compete with a clear mind.
Yeah.
It's a different story. Since 17, I think 17 was the first RepsCon kept in Long Beach, I believe so, or 16?
Maybe
No,
17.
17 was the first Long Beach, and there were two competitions, Rapify and the Rap Olympics, and the Rapify was the single person competition, and the other one was the Rap Olympics for the two person one. I was with Kiss, Lajos Kiss.
Yeah.
And we won the Rap Olympics, and I won the Rapify competition. So that was amazing. And at that day, I got my green card. So that was just amazing.
That meant so much more than
yeah. That was amazing day. Yeah, I got a little cash. I got $2,500 for Rapify and whatever for the Olympics. So it was a good day.
Wow.
I was over the moon.
What do you do when you kind of get into like the zone? Do you do certain things to kind of clear your mind to get, cause me personally, I don't think it's one thing to compete in front of like, or even let's just say install in front of people that don't know how to rap and they're asking questions and you're showing them how to do it. But it's one thing to compete against your peers. Like everybody knows how to rap. Everybody does things differently. Like all of us are at the top of the game and everybody's looking at you doing what they do every day.
When you step in the ring, you have to turn the outer world. You have to be in your world. So like you can't hear anything from outside. So lots of times, when I'm competing, people who knows me try to say hi or something. I can't hear them. I cannot. My mind is just turn my ear off and I'm just focusing what I do the best. And when I'm competing, I learned a lot. So when I'm competing, probably you saw lots of guys with the big pouch and they have like 100 tools in the pouch.
Yeah.
And they looks like Superman. When I'm compete, I have 3 tools, and that 3 tools makes everything perfect. Just you need the 3 or 4 right tools in the pouch and you're good. You don't need really too many tools. When you have certain stuff, wall install or something, you have special tools for those ones. But certain jobs like a car install, you don't need so many tools in your pouch.
What are your tools? Are you gonna let us in?
I
on
use
that
the NV knives.
The yellow.
What is that? The yellow one.
Yeah, with the rounded edge.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
I use regular blade. I'm not using the really pointy blade. I use regular
60.
I think it's 60. Yeah. They're not the pointy one. They're really pointy.
You're using the 45s or the 35s, whatever they call them. Yep.
Yeah. I use that one in a knife. I use actually I have two squeegees. What I use, I have a blue Avery squeegee. Both sides I have felt on it, and I use another squeegee from Geek Reps, the black one.
Yeah.
And that's what I use as a squeegee. I use the Avery red little squeegee.
Yeah.
The squeegee tool, and I have a little squeegee made out of. I cut a little 1/4 inch piece of the gear squeegee. That's what I use as a little squeegee for corners or for really tight places. What I made out of the big squeegees. That's really what I use. Nothing else.
Wow.
And that's more than enough. The rest of them is in your hand. Yeah.
No, do you use gloves? Do you use gloves at all?
Yeah. Actually, right now I'm using, which is really good, the what is it? The Teflon glove from The sign makers.
The sign makers. Yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
It's a new glove they just came out with, right?
Yeah, it's really good. But when it's brand new, you have to use a little bit because when it's brand new, you can't really hold the knife. It's so slippery.
Yeah.
So
how do you like that glove?
I really like it. So when I'm working on a vinyl with my hand, it's amazing. I mean, I can nicely feel everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't create wrinkles. It's just really nice on vinyl. It's just smooth as hell. And the other gloves what I use, it's the mob glove, the green one.
Yep.
That's what I use from Reb Glove, and those two. Nothing really else, nothing fancy. I have lots of tools. I won on competitions. I got a lots of tools. I have thousands of tools in my drawers, but I never use them. Sometimes I try it just for fun, but I'm not really using them.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's overwhelming almost. It's like you use certain tools and you have like little tuck tools and things like that to kind of help you get into different spots. But
yeah, I mean, if you have the right techniques,
right,
you can do everything with your fingers. It's all about techniques.
Right. Agreed.
It's not about tools. Yeah, you can screw up the vinyl, the install with the tools, with the right tools. But you can wrap a car with your hand. No problem.
Oh yeah, I've seen it done. No,
yeah.
There's plenty of videos out there. People just, laying vinyl down with their hands, which you can. I mean, not completely recommended, but
yeah, not recommended, but you can.
But you can. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you do details and corners, stuff like that. Hand is really handy.
Right. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, simple is better and less is more.
Yes, absolutely. And you need to learn all these. And I learned them during the competitions, and I'm really happy to get this knowledge from those people and from those organizations. So it was amazing for me. It's like a life changer.
For sure. I can imagine. I mean, I'm looking at my pouch right now and I got like a million things in it. And I'm just thinking, wow, if I just took half of what I have in there out, it'd probably be better,
Yeah, I mean, try it. I mean, most of the people, they get used to what they have in the pouch, but try to work less. Let's say you have an easier install, just pick 3 your favorite tools or 4 or 5 favorite tools, not more than that, and try to get the rep done right with those tools. And if you don't feel comfortable, you can ask somebody who did that. Even you can email me, you can ask me during Instagram or whatever, and I try to answer, or whoever in the industry, Jim Miller, John Dover, they're all good guys. You can ask. They're not jealous. They happy to give their knowledge for you, all of you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I always tell, like, new people in the industry or even people that have been in the industry for a couple of years, send an email, send a DM, it doesn't hurt. I mean, it's not like the sign industry back in the day where everybody would be like, oh no, I'm not giving you secrets or figure it out yourself. Yeah. The rap industry is completely different than the sign industry was.
Yeah. Yeah, even if you get the knowledge or you get the right information, maybe you don't use the right way, or you never get there because you don't have that skill, or your hands just not like that, or your mindset is not like that. Because it's up to you.
Right.
I mean, for me, I learned a lot for myself, or just while I'm worked on cars. So I try to find a way how to do that. I can do it. How to do this corner faster, better, or something, or mirror. How can I make it done better?
Right.
But nowadays, we have lots of videos, tutorials from certain companies.
Right.
We can learn, but you have to ask the right question. And you have to be humbled. You have to accept the answers. You cannot be hard-headed that I know it. You don't have to tell me. No, everybody. Still, I'm still learning. I'm doing for a long, long time, but I'm still learning, and I'm still humbled.
Yeah, you got to have that attitude like that. It's just
absolutely.
It's the only way you better yourself.
Yeah. Don't be jealous to anybody else. Just everybody's friend to each other.
Mm-hmm.
They are not taking job from other companies.
Right.
Look, there is lots of like 2 or 3 streets from me. There is another company. He most of the time they specialize himself for commercial,
mm-hmm.
and he's sending me the color change or custom wrap. He's sending me these customers, and I really appreciate that. And I take the job and I do my best because he sent it to me. So if I screw up the job, then it would affect him too.
Yeah. It goes down the chain.
Yeah. So for me, relationship in business, it's a big deal. So if somebody asks me something in a mob, we asking questions. Today, Chet Parrish asked me something because he had a job coming up. I did something similar, and he has my opinion about the job. I told him how to do that. I created a tool for the job. It's really simple. I'm not going to lose anything if I tell them my experience.
Right. And it's part of the network. It's what you're part of the Masters of Branding for a reason. It's a group of people that help each other out. That get together for certain events or get together once a week, once a month, whatever, to network, to talk about projects.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how we call the network. It could be any Paint is Dead or whoever.
Right.
Any other. It's you can go in and out. You can you know everybody's phone number. You can call, you can email. It's all about communication. If you communicate, you'll be richer, at least with that new technique or with a good whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But the communication is really, really important.
I agree. So. I definitely agree. And going back on learning and figuring things out yourself, how did you come across with the design aspect of that side of the wraps? Did you taught yourself how to use Photoshop?
No.
Or Corel?
Actually, I learned designing. So that's my profession originally. That's what I did. That's what I learned in school.
Did you go to college in
Yes, in Hungary. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was my first. So for me right now it's very comfortable. I mean, I know exactly what the installer needs for what I need.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm designing something, I know exactly how can I get. I'm not going to put a straight line across the car,
right?
Because it's going to be really hard all the way to the bumper side, a continuing line. I'm not going to do that because it's going to be hard to install. So when I'm designing, I thinking from installation perspective. So it's for me, it's really easy to work on these jobs because I know exactly what the customer wants design wise. So for me, I'm not giving for customers 3 or 4 different versions of design. I give one. But beforehand, I asking 10 million questions.
Yeah, you got to.
So I will know exactly almost 90% what they want to see. So I have to ask the right questions from the customer. So I know what I have to deal with in the design. When I do the design, I do only one type of design, not 2 or 3, because that's going to confuse. He won't like none of them. He wants the 4th one or 5th one or the 1,000th one.
Right.
No, they got but just only one. And they can make some manipulation. They can change this on that one, what I gave. But most of the time, 95% they like what they got. They didn't even expect it, what I gave them.
You go above and beyond.
Yeah. So it's saving time right away at the beginning.
Right.
At the design process. So, and because it's really hard to getting design fees beforehand.
Yeah.
So I try to include the price and the whole package, the graphic design. So if I would say I would charge for 5-hour design work, which is like 75 or at least $100 per hour.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I pay $500 for a design? Maybe I don't like. So they will go away.
Right.
So
Put it in I mean, there's a lot of people that do that, and it's kind of a better way of doing it because it's one number for everything.
Yes,
you're not breaking things
definitely.
apart, and
and
then they're like, the design is okay, and
my friend can do the design.
Right,
but I print the design. So how much is going to be the printing, and I'm going to take the print to somewhere else to install it.
Right.
You got a package deal, take it or leave it.
Right.
But anyway, so the installation, back to the installation, the design. So when I cut hours, days on the design work when I ask the right questions from the customers. So that will save a lots of time and money on that one. So, and I know exactly what I need for the easy install. So, and I choose the right vinyl. We have the right machines. So the production, I'm not doing really too much mistake on production. So I on a yearly basis, I do maybe half a row of mistakes. Maybe.
That's good.
Yeah, not more than that. That's because maybe I didn't watch the printer, or I set up the size wrong because I was in rush. But 99% I'm not making any mistakes on production. So that saves a lots of money, lots of times, a headache, and the install.
Right.
I'm good in install, so and I had a good designer beforehand, so he knew what I needed.
He knew.
so I'm good with install. I'm happy what I got from the production.
You got the panels perfectly laid out.
Panels right, no seam in the middle of the door.
Yeah, that drives me crazy.
Yes, or a fender, middle of the fender. God's sake.
Wow.
Guys. You need to learn. You are not saving money on that.
No, I say that. I think I ranted about that for 10 minutes on a couple episodes back. It drives me crazy. It's like, what are you saving? A couple dollars? Is it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. A door, usually it's like 45 inch, right? So you're losing 5 inches or 6 inches.
Right.
Okay. All right. And fender, usually the half of if you can print 6 inches, you're good. So 30-inch height is enough for the fender for both sides.
Right.
That's it. And on the side, if you have like a Chevy van, you can make a horizontal seam right below, which is not in eye level. Nobody will see that. So it looks like one piece panel on the top.
Yeah. Sometimes you can get away with it with those, the Chevy Expresses. They have the fender at the bottom, like it's like 6 inches. It's already split right there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The little piece right in front of the door.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just mind blowing. Maybe they lose more vinyl than with this method. I don't know.
It just goes to show you that production doesn't mean a lot to people. They put the design right into the software, into the RIP software. They trim it out 52 inches, and wherever the seams lie is wherever the seams lie.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. But I mean, the customer. If I would be a customer, if I see a seam in the middle of the fender and door, I would be freaked out.
Oh, absolutely. I would be me personally, I'd be embarrassed to give somebody that.
It's an eyesore, and usually who does a seam in the middle of the door, that seam is like an inch.
At least.
Inch seam. Yeah, it's like a freaking huge, like a highway.
Right. And why would you want to register a door? Half of the door is a window. Like, why? Like,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why would
if
you
do
do
really
that?
want to put a freaking seam, put right next to the window or something. Don't put a seam.
At the break of the door. At the break of the door. There it is. Boom. There's your seam. Yeah. Break of the door. Print the door by itself. Done.
So these rules, what these companies needs to learn. They need to go to certain certification, or like John Dover has a business class.
Right.
You have to go there. You can learn how to manage a business, and this is part of the business.
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah. You have to learn that, how to manage all the production, everything. That's a money maker or money loser. You lose money on that one. You lose a customer. A customer sees something like that. He's just holding the head and run away.
If they're not knowledgeable in it,
they're going to ask questions.
I mean, people are not stupid. I mean, I asking, is it normal that there is a SIM in the middle of the door?
Yeah.
If they say yes, I'm still, I have a thing in my mind, so I'm going to ask another installer, is it right?
Right.
Somebody will give me the right answer for that.
I think they know what the right answer is. They just want to get some type of clarification on it. You know?
I don't know what's the deal with these people, but it's just, and this one is ruining the business, the whole business. Because the business, what we do is really high professional business. And if you do a job like that, it's just ruining it.
Right.
So people just see, that's a wrap. That's a cheap wrap. I don't want wrap. It's just ready to take it and paint the car or not to do anything.
Right.
Because of that. So we have to show the people and educate the people what's the right method and what's the right direction in this business. So that's my that's why I go to competition, actually, to show people how to do that. At least I show my perspective. So I know I'm not making too many mistakes. I'm learning, but still,
right.
at least they will know what's the right thing to do.
Right. Your technique, your way.
Exactly. Yes.
That's all it is. I mean, we all learn a different way. We all take courses, and Justin Pate travels all over the world to get training.
Justin Pate is amazing, guys. Yeah. He's an amazing guy. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Or if you don't have the time, if you don't have the time and the money, just pay a $99 or whatever.
Right.
The Rep Institute, and watch the videos.
Right.
They explain everything step by step and learn it and practice it.
Well, if you're going to learn from watching a video, you might as well pay to get the right information.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
so,
YouTube, you can get some gems on YouTube. I mean, there are people out there that are teaching good techniques and some that are teaching, not so par techniques.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot, but there are lots of guys who's not doing that way.
Right.
And that's as not doing that way is the easiest way. And
right.
people lazy and like to do the easiest way.
Right.
That's why, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
well, if it's for a lot of the DIY people, the people that are wrapping cars in their driveways or in their garages themselves. They just, it's a quick fix. They're buying material offline. They're not, they don't have a business identification number and buying from fellers or anything like that. They're buying the stuff on eBay, on Amazon, and just tinkering with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's always be. I mean, we are different, but I mean, it needs to be, there is a cheaper market. It needs to be because somebody wants to get it done. They don't care the quality, but they have a little bit of money at least just to do something.
Right.
Yeah, there is a market for that one too. But for professional installers, this one is a little bit of eyesore. So who try to chasing the quality, like you, me, or everybody in this professional
industry
level.
Yeah.
It's just hard to see, hard to watch what's happening.
Yeah. But where do you think the industry is going in the next 5 years, in your opinion?
It's still limitless. It's still limitless. I don't know. I hope the industry, the manufacturer, getting better materials. They are still working on it. I know it's a lot of money to create new colors and new glue and adhesive and vinyl. I know it's hard, but I still to the handwork what we do to put on our skills and labor in it makes these whole things different than just put the car in a paint booth and just paint it.
Right.
This industry has a big future. I mean, it's never ending until we have businesses. We have cars. This business is always up and running.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of it. So it's maybe there will be new vinyl and new techniques. Everything's going to be different a little bit, but still, if you just remember back 15 years where we were, it was totally different. And now where we are, it's just that like day and night. You can compare the two, but I'm really happy where we are right now with all the industry. All these events, RepsCon, SEMA. It's really this professional attitude. It's amazing. I really love it. But everybody needs to follow this line, this path. But we'll see what's happening. I mean, we do our thing, we do our job, we do what we can do the best, and things happen.
Right. I love it. So, who I was going to ask you, who influences you? Who do you look up to? Doesn't have to be, rap related, but,
I can say Jim Miller and John Dover, both of my really good friends of mine. They inspired me and they drive me. Even if we can't meet too many times, maybe once or twice a year. But those type of people who I really look up to, they really need to be followed, because how they are, how they treat their business, how they treat the whole market, this whole industry. It's amazing. It's I cannot nice enough about them, but they're really amazing people. They give their best. They give everything of them. When I compete with them, I mean, John Dover, he's a really big competitor. He's a fighter. He's a crazy guy. He's a good dude. I love him. And Jim Miller is just, he's a rap god. He's amazing. When I go there to work with him in his shop, it's always really, for me, it's like a vacation, even if I'm working. It's like a vacation. So everybody should be like them. So it's amazing. I mean, you can be a really nice, people in this industry, and they will recognize you.
Right.
If you are like them.
Right.
Even if you're a little guy like us, still be recognized, because maybe you need a little bit more time. But if you work hard, if you keep dreaming and you're chasing your dreams, you can follow your dreams. You can achieve anything.
Right. The key is you can't give up. That's
no, never. Things and people push you back, but never give up.
Right.
There are a lot of shit in life, but just think it's a past. Like, never happened. It's still there, so you know that things happened, but don't let them to guide you. Just keep going. Just look forward. That's it. Never give up.
Right. Yeah. Never take a kick when you're down. Never take it as like, down and out. You just have to, it's an experience, and you learn from it and you move on.
If you're down, should be give you a bigger kick.
Right.
So after a down, it should be a bigger high. I learned about that one. I have a lot of downs, but after a lot of downs, I had the bigger highs.
Yeah.
And I remember for the bigger highs more than the lows.
The lows, yeah. And we all go through them. I mean, nothing's ever easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. I know it's so cliche to say, but it's in anything in life. Life is not fair. Life is not easy, but you make, what do they say? You make lemonade when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So you make a couple cups of lemonade and, enjoy it and move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You have to leave behind all the bad things.
Yeah.
But you have to remember what happened, and you have to learn and make it better.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. Well, Stephen, we're creeping on almost 2.5 hours now.
No shit.
Time flies quick when you're having fun, doesn't it?
I enjoy it so much, Jeff. That these 2.5 hours I will remember for a long time.
Oh, same here, brother.
at least until we meet.
Oh yeah, it will happen, whether it be SEMA or RapsCon, any one of those events, or if I'm in the Florida area, or
definitely.
You can always come skiing up here.
Yeah, my number in your phone, you just call me.
100%.
You can pop in, no problem, anytime.
That's awesome.
And we can play some rap games.
There you go. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Well, Stephen, I want to ask you, is there anything that you want to bring up that we didn't talk about during our conversation?
No, not really. Not really. I think we touched everything. Let's leave more stuff for the future conversations of yours. Or maybe we can talk later on.
Yeah.
Sometimes and
do a follow-up.
Share more experience. No problem.
Love it.
No problem.
Love it.
It was a freaking big pleasure for me.
Oh, dude, totally my pleasure. It's great to hear people's stories, and I know you've been following me for a while. I've been following you, and we've talked via DM a lot of the times, and I appreciate your support and what you're doing for the industry, man.
Absolutely, and you too. I mean, you are doing a great job, and it's amazing. I mean, for me, I'm living in a cave in my shop, so these 2.5 hours for everything for me.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Well, typically how we end the show is I like to let everybody know where they can find you on the computer, internet, social media.
Yeah, if anybody wants to find me, you can find me on Instagram, instagram.com/FloridaCarWrap, or you can email me to the info@floridacarwrap.com. Our website is floridacarwrap.com, but we put all the new pictures and or new instas on Instagram. So if you want to follow us, just follow us on Instagram, or just give me a call 954-261-8151.
Yes.
I hope don't call too many people, but if I can I take the call and I help you if I can.
Awesome, Stephen. Absolute pleasure having you on the show, man.
Pleasure is mine. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And hopefully see you soon, okay?
Definitely.
Thank you so much, and be good and enjoy the rap life.
What's up, folks? Hope everyone enjoyed this episode. Thank you to everyone that tuned in, and thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to IBOW Training, offering a variety of training options such as training at your shop, group training classes nationwide, and even private design print profile training through remote login. Learn more about IBOW at ibowtraining.com. Thank you also to We Print Wraps, the industry's #1 source for wholesale printed wraps, offering free nationwide shipping across the U.S. and Canada on all orders over $500. And don't forget, exclusive listeners of this podcast save 5% on your next order when you use promo code ALLWRAPPEDUP at checkout. See why industry pros love them and visit WePrintWraps.com. Till next time, folks, that's a wrap.